Here goes number one. Ooh, baby. Right away you smell that aroma. Woo, the chili cooking. Look at that beautiful chicken. Beautiful color. I can't wait to finish off this plate. Today we're making pollo al pastor. That means chicken al pastor. That's right, friends. The al pastor adobo is not just for pork. It may be the most popular one, but you can also make some delicious chicken al pastor tacos. And the way we came up with this idea here, last year we were in Austin at my son's house working on our cookbook. We made some tacos al pastor that were of course delicious and amazing, which is the adobo recipe we're sharing with you today. But we had some of the adobo left over and we had some chicken thighs in the refrigerator, and I was like, let me try that on the chicken. So we made some chicken al pastor. Oh man, it was so good. I decided, man, I really need to share this recipe. So let's get started, friends. Let's make some pollo al pastor. Vámonos, boom. Okay, now let's get started. But before we do, I have one more chile to deseed. We kind of got ahead of the game here. These are all deseeded already. I have one guajillo and one anchos to deseed still. I just wanted to show you guys how they looked, the way they come in the bag. So let me go ahead and get this one opened up. And you can use scissors if you like. I'm just gonna open it up and just try to get all of this stuff out here. Some people say that the veins add a bitter flavor. I don't know if that's true. I can't say that I've ever experienced that, but I go ahead and take them out. Let's go ahead and work on our ancho chile here. And these are a little bit stickier too, by the way, and a little harder to deseed. The seeds kind of tend to stick to the inside a little bit more. Today's not too stuck, so we're good here. Okay, so all of our guajillo is deseeded, the ancho is deseeded, so we're gonna get all of these into the pan here. We're also gonna add the bay leaf, and we're also gonna add 6 garlic cloves, just like that. And this is a half of a medium white onion. I quartered the half just to make them a little bit smaller. And I'm gonna get it about a medium heat. I'm also gonna go ahead and put the cinnamon stick in here. Let's get some water in here. It's boiling really nice and fast. I'm gonna slow it down just a little bit. It doesn't have to boil real hard. You can smell the aroma from the ancho chiles, and then the guajillo has a different smell. I can literally smell the cinnamon too. It's interesting. I don't smell the onion though. All right, it's been 12 minutes that I've had this boiling slow like this. So I'm gonna set this aside over here for about 5 minutes while I get my blender over here and get that set up. I wanna take just a minute to talk about today's sponsor, Made In. Made In designs professional quality products for the home cooks like you and I. Now, in addition to that, their kitchenware is used in multiple 3 Michelin star restaurants. And their products are used in over 2,000 top-rated restaurants and hotel groups across America. With over 100,000 5-star reviews from both the press and the customers, I'm using the Made In griddle. What I love about this griddle is that I can cook over the burners on my stove. I can take it outside, put it right over my barbecue grill. It's heat safe up to 1200 degrees. It's really that versatile. Now, one of the other things I love about this griddle is it's got a big old cooking surface that can get really hot. So I can sear my fajitas, my bistec for tacos. And while it packs a real punch with that high heat sear, it's also versatile enough and gentle enough to cook over easy scrambled eggs and pancakes. And right out of the box, it's already pre-seasoned, so you can start cooking right away. The Made In griddle is one great cooking surface with all the versatility to cook any dish that you're craving. So friends, I finally feel like I have the best griddle that I can use both outside on my grill or inside in my kitchen. Y'all can check out the carbon steel griddle and Made In's other cookware by using the link in my description to save on your order. First thing I want to do is take out the bay leaf. Now, some people like to leave it in there. I like to take it out. You can if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these into the blender. So we're gonna be using 2 chipotles in adobo right here. These go right into the blender. Now in this cup, I have 4 cloves and I have a half a teaspoon of Mexican oregano. That goes in here too. We have 2 tablespoons of achiote. This is half a cup of diced pineapple. We also need 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. That's 1, 2, and that's 3 tablespoons. And 6 ounces of pineapple juice. All right, last but not least, we need 2 heaping tablespoons of salt. Now I'm using flaked sea salt. Now we need approximately 2 cups of this right here, the water. So I'm gonna measure that out, see how much we can get in here. I'm not gonna get too much because I know it's gonna, whoops. I hate these beaker cups. I mean, they always do that. All right, that's all I'm gonna put for now. Let's go ahead and hit it on low. And we're gonna blend this for about 1.5 minutes. We want a really nice, fine puree. Okay, we've got our adobo all blended up really nice. Look at that beautiful color. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it into this bowl right here. Remember, we still need a little bit more liquid in here, so it's a little bit thick. I'm gonna put a little bit of this water into the blender here. I don't wanna lose any of that stuff there. I wanna make sure I get all of this into this bowl here. There you have it, friends. We have this beautiful mahogany adobo. I'm gonna let it cool off for about an hour. We'll be eating some delicious pollo and adobo for dinner tonight. We're gonna be using boneless chicken thighs, so I'm gonna lay these down here. So we got these in here. Normally, what I was saying, I would recommend 3 hours. You could do 4. Chicken's pretty thin, so it doesn't take a lot of time. And let's pour some of this adobo in here. I think it'd be easier if we just pour a little bit, right? All right, here we go. We wanna make sure you got enough in there. I'm gonna make sure that I flip these chicken thighs over so I got it all over. Friends, I promise, make yourself this adobo. It's good on chicken, it's good on pork, it's good on anything. I'd even put it in my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Maybe. Okay, our adobo's on, the chicken's all covered really nice and even. I'm gonna get this covered up and get it into the refrigerator. We'll be right back in about an hour. While our adobo is cooling off, let's make a salsa verde. Salsa verde is probably the most popular salsa to go with tacos al pastor. You can use a red one too. Basically, if you go to any taqueria in South Texas, they're gonna have both red and green, and sometimes a couple more than that. So I'm gonna get 3 tomatillos on here. I only need 3 today. I usually use 5, but today I wanna put a little more spice in my life. I'm gonna use 5 jalapenos, 2 serranos, and 2 chile de árbol. I also have a couple of garlics. We're gonna drop those in here too and give them a little roasty toasty, just a little bit. And we also have a little bit of onion. Go ahead and rotate these, give them a little flippity flip. And man, they're coming along really nice, really good, really quick. These árbol chiles look like they're done to me, so I'm gonna put them here in this little bowl. I'm gonna say these jalapenos are done and the serranos. I think their garlics are about done. They got a nice little char. These need to come out. And I think that's good on the onion too. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, that's good. Let's get the onions out of here. Let me get these tomatillos out of here. Whoo, doggy. I'm gonna drop my tomatillos first. And then the onion, jalapenos and serranos, garlic, the whole kit and caboodle, as they say. I'm gonna drop all this cilantro. Now we also need a little bit of water. So I'm gonna say it's at least about a half a cup of water. We're also gonna add a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic. All right, it's time to blend. Vámonos. Beautiful, beautiful. I'd say that's good enough. Look how beautiful that looks. Wow. Now that's what I call salsa verde. I mean, I got a taste of salsa. It smells so good. It looks so good. I love it. All right, let's take a bite. See if we did good. Yeah, Terry says, is that what I was looking for? That's exactly what I was looking for. It's got a kick in the butt. I like that. Yes, I got to get bite number 2, and then we'll get back to work. All right, we have our adobo chicken out from the refrigerator. We're ready to start cooking. But before we do, I want to share with you guys, we've got some diced pineapple we're gonna sprinkle into our taco. And we also have some pickled red onions with a little habanero slivers in there. So you know that's gonna be good. And another little extra heat on top of the green salsa verde. So we're gonna take some cilantro too, and we're gonna chop this up. Try to make it pretty fine. That way when it goes on the taco, you can put as little or as much as you want. There we go. We're getting where I want to be, real nice and fine. You don't have to chop it as fine as I'm doing here today. I like doing it that way for tacos. All right, so believe it or not, friends, that's like a whole head of cilantro bushel, but that's it. We're good. All right, let's cut our limes. I like to cut them in half and then in half again. So they're basically quartered. Okay, we've got our limes, we've got our cilantro, we've got our pickled onions and our pineapple. I'd say we're ready to cook some chicken al pastor. Okay, let's get this warmed up. Spread this around a little bit. Here goes number 1. Watch out, folks. Ooh, baby. Look at that. Oh, man. right away you smell that aroma. Woo, the chili cooking. Now if you need to add a little more oil, it's quite all right. I've got some olive oil here. And don't forget friends, this adobo recipe is in my cookbook, ARNE Text. Over 100 recipes of Mexican-American cooking and Texas-style barbecue. You can pre-order the book anywhere books are sold. It will be out in a couple of months this summer. Okay, we're looking good here. If you guys were here to smell this, I hope somebody invents smell-o-vision one of these days. I like to keep moving it a little bit just so it doesn't stick. You can smell the chilies. Like when they're toasting on the comal, when you have the whole chiles, you have that aroma there, but you also have the sweetness of the pineapple. It's just kind of like a little sweet smell in there. Just really, really great. Time to give it a little press. Get a nice even char. Let's see what this chicken looks like. Ooh yeah, baby, look at that. That is nice, really, really nice. All right, let's press down on these two over here. Get these looking nice and charred. Put a little extra flavor in there, a little Maillard reaction. Okay, we're looking good here. This one's getting, and I'm actually gonna swap sides here. We don't want to overcook our chicken, so let's check with our trusty meat thermometer. We're at 143, 166. This one's done. Let me flippity-flip these one more time. Come on now. Little, takes a flip of the wrist, like that. All right, since it's a little warmer on this side, I'm gonna leave that one there and kind of make room for these over here. These are done. I'm gonna turn off the burner on this side, leave this one on just a little bit longer, make sure this one gets done, and I'm gonna turn it way down. I'm gonna put the lid on and turn the heat off and just kind of let them finish cooking with a little carryover cooking. Give it about 3 to 5 minutes. That carryover cooking will get that chicken done perfect. You always want to put a little oil on your tortillas. You can use butter. I've used butter a lot of times indoors, and that keeps them from breaking up or getting hard on you whenever you're making your tacos. And you don't have to soak them like totally. You just want to kind of get a little bit of oil on there. All right, you want to spin that around a little bit. Give it a little flippity flip. Spin it around some more. All right, I'm gonna turn this off. We're done. All right, let's slice this chicken. I see a little grain running across here. Let's go ahead and slice it against the grain as best we can. Chicken, you know, really don't matter. We're just gonna cut it all up like that. You know, you gotta do quality control too, you know. Yeah, buddy. Look at that beautiful chicken. Absolutely nice. Beautiful color. Flavor's fantastic. Trust me, friends, it is super, super good. Time to make some tacos. We're gonna get us a corn tortilla right here in the middle of this plate. We're gonna stuff a bunch of chicken on there and one more. I like to get at least 4 tacos on this plate because they're not that big, really. Okay, we've got chicken. Let's get some pineapple in each of these tacos. A little bit of pineapple here. Now we're adding the pickled onions with a little bit of habanero strips in there. That's gonna be super good. All right, friends, y'all remember what I said about the cilantro earlier, right? I wanted to do this right here. Just like that. Beautiful tacos, we're almost done here. We need that little squeeze of lime on here. Hey, boom. And of course, friends, we cannot forget the salsa. All right, friends, y'all know my favorite part of every video is when I get to take that big old bite. Cheers, my friends. Wow. You get that adobo flavor, the chicken, they combine really, really well. The pineapple kicks in, the salsa kicks in, you taste a little cilantro, and then the crunch from the onion, and a little kick of the habanero. Whew, man, that's great. We're gonna wrap this up because I'm gonna eat these tacos before they get too cold. And I want to say thank you for watching. And remember, you can pre-order my cookbook, ARNE Text. Over 100 recipes of Mexican-American cooking and Texas-style barbecue. You can pre-order that book anywhere books are sold, or you can pre-order on the link in my description. We'll see you guys on the next one. Keep the smoke light and make it work. Boom. Boom. Taco time.